Ta-dam. Good evening, YouTube. My name is Leo, and tonight are here with me Wesley, Gabriele, Leticia, and Bruna, and we will discuss about growing up. So, Gabriele, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Good evening, guys. I'm Gabriele, but you can call me Gabe or Gabi. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, and I work with customer success. I'm an analyst of customer success, but I graduated in international relations. I have a pet. It's a dog. He has 14 years old, and I do a fight called Rapkido. And in my free time, I like to watching series, go to the movies, sleep. That's it.
It's really good. What is your dog's name?
Aninha.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. They're always fun and name dogs. Gabriele, do you feel like you have grown up a lot in past few years?
Yes, I think we never stop to grow up. I think mentally, we never stop. It's something I discuss with my therapist, and we never stop to learn. So I think we are always growing up. So yeah, I grew up in so many things, so many abilities in my professional and personal life. So I think I grew up.
Great. Yeah. Especially when we do therapy, we talk about many things so we can realize how much we grow up in few years. And what about you, Leticia? Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Letícia and I live in Porto Alegre and I working as a software developer and I like to do Pilates and I've been do Pilates for 12 years and I really like it. It's an amazing exercise in my life and I think it's changed my life and grow up my life sometimes. and and sometimes I walk on the street in the morning, for example, and I love listening to music in all day. Just I work, studying, every parts of my day I listen to music.
Yeah, I don't even know that exist 12 years ago. Your exercise. I forgot the name. Oh, Jesus.
Pilates.
Pilates. Yes.
Pilates.
Yeah, I thought it was something really new. But
No, it's too old to practice.
yeah, and what is your favorite artist, Leticia? Do you like to listen music a lot?
I like rock in general, and I like progressive rock, and I have a bus, and I like to listen instrumental music, and this mask my bus, okay. And when I discovered this in my life, oh my god, it's so amazing.
Great. And Leticia, do you think that you have grown up a lot in the past few years?
Yes, I think I grew up a lot, and sometimes I feel I the other part of grow up, I don't know, because I sometimes I feel I grow up in part of my life, but in the other parts, no. Okay, I think it's part of the process, and but if I analyze my life 20 years ago, For example, when I started to living alone, oh my God, I grew up too fast.
Yeah, there are specific moments of your life that you have no options. You just have
Yes,
to grow up.
yes, just grow up. It's not, it's not other choice.
Yeah. And what about you, Wesley? Please introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. My name is Wesley William, and I work with technology. Specifically, I am a data engineer, and I live in Rio Grande do Sul. I play violin, and recently I got a big challenge in my career, and I think I grew a lot with this.
Yeah, it's really good to listen to this, Wesley. Congrats.
Thank you.
And do you have pets?
No, no. When I lived with my family, my mother, now I am just living with my queen, let's say that. And now before that I lived with my family, and I they have a what's the name of the breed is a dog. It's called Sherman. Como é que é pastor alemão? Shepherd, German Shepherd is the name of the breed, and his name is Guria.
Yeah,
But,
always.
but here in my home we don't have yet.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Call your um wife as a queen here because we are live on YouTube. So
Of
it's a
course.
good idea. And Wesley, do you think that you grow up a lot in the past few years?
Yes, as I said before, mainly in the career, right? Because I got some challenge in the career. I am studying a lot, taking some certifications and studying and solving the problems and the growing in the process, right? So in the career is that personally in my family too, because recently we are living together with me and my
Queen.
my queen, right? And that's it.
Great, thanks. And you, Bruna, please.
Hello, guys. Well, my name is Bruna. I live with my family in São Paulo. What else? I like to dance. I like music, just like Leticia. And like you, Leo, I also love dancing. Leo loves dancing too, so that's something we have in common. What else? Like that's it. I don't know. I am also a hostess here, so I already know Lei and Gabi, but I think it's the first time I talk to Wesley. So it's nice to meet you, Wesley. And I think that's it. And I will go straight to the question, Leo, about growing up. I
Go
think
on.
it's really nice what Leticia said about some areas of our lives. I feel that I have grown up more than some other areas in terms of self-knowledge. I think I improved a lot, but I still have a lot of things to work on in terms of the relationships I have with my like mostly with my friends. Yeah, in terms of career, I feel that I also grew up, but there are still some things I want to work on, so that's it. I think Gabi said it's a progress, right? We will always work and grow up. So that's it.
Perfect. And about me, guys, my name is Leo. I am 28 years old. I'm from Belém do Pará, but I've been living in São Paulo. And I work as BI analyst. So Wesley, Leticia, and we can work together. There's no problem. And as Bruna said, I really like to dance. It's something that I really like to do, and also listen music. I love Beyonce, Clara Groovy, and I watching some TV series right now, but I have to say that uh, I'm not that teenager anymore who spent the whole night long watching TV series. I I cannot do it anymore, but I truly love This Is Us. That is my favorite TV series. And I completely agree with Bruno and Leticia. Uh, I, d- I think that some points of my life I grow up a lot, but it's really hard to me grow in every parts. There's specific points that I grow up, for example, in the workplace. It's something that I'm investing my time. But I think that something that I'm not investing my time, it's with my friends. What's a problematic way to me? Because I truly love my friends. I really want to talk with them all days, but I have no time. So I don't know if you also have this problem. So it's hard to you balance the parts of your life that you want to grow up, Bruna.
Yes, it is. It is like it's hard because I feel that I am a person who focus a lot in my work, and I have always been like this. Like I have always worked in like different companies. You know, I had like 2 or 3 jobs, and this made me think this is the only way we can live. And then now that I just have one job, I am just like freaking because I want to work all the time, basically, even when I don't need, because I got used to working a lot. And then other areas of my life, like my studies or my relationship with my friends, for example, it's not that prioritized because I always think I should be working, which is something really bad. So, yes, I think it's complicated because I can't focus. It's not that I can't because I'm trying, but I have difficulty to focus on other things besides work. Like sometimes I want to go to the gym, but I think, oh, but I need to finish that task. Then I don't go because I think 1 hour will like that I would be in the gym. I could be working, so it's really bad.
Yeah, I completely understand you. I have the same problem. And when I'm not working, I want to study something that I will use in my work. Yeah, it's not
That's
good.
it.
And you, Wesley, do you have the same problem? Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. It can be or not.
Yes, it depends. Uh, my schedule is my agenda. My schedule is full, and my calendar is full. I don't have any space for more things. Now I am talk and speaking with you guys, but after that I have to go and take care of my health and go to the treadmill. I have a treadmill recently, and uh, all these movements are you have to focus and organize such things, because if you don't organize you become crazy, right? There's a lot of things you have to do, problems to solve, and we have to keep all those things on trails, right? So uh, it's a challenge, but if you have some routine, the things become more easy, right? I think this is the way.
Yeah, or routine can help us in some way, especially when we have to do some physical activities. For example, uh, be it and have a good routine can help us a lot in this way. And so, Leticia, do you have problems to balance the areas of your life to grow up?
A few months ago, I decided to, I don't know, have a big challenge in my life. For example, I stopped to work, okay? I decided to break my career some months because I was working a lot, and in my life is just work. I just work or study, and I forgot see to me, and I was so exhausted in the pandemic time. I'm see, uh, I'm focused for this in, how can I say, close to me, okay? Because before that, I just live in automatic system, for example, automatic routine. And in the pandemic time, I'm see this close to me a lot, and I decided to stop any things in my life. In this part, it's one part of this. It's the work, and after 3 months, probably 4 months. Uh, I grew up a lot because I see more by myself. I see by myself, and I remember there are a lot of things I to do in the past, but I don't have time because I need to work or study. And I think it's the big challenge in my life. But okay, now I'm organized.
Yeah. In my case, in In the- last month, I was in my parents' house. So it was really different to me because I live by myself. I have no one to take care. I just wake up, have my breakfast, and start to work and spend my all my day long working. And in my when I was in my parents' house, I have my niece to have fun with me, to break the time to of work, to have fun with her. So it was really hard to me to adapt my routine to have time to spend with them as well. Sometimes we just focus a lot in one part of our life, for example, work, and we don't pay so much attention to what is happening around us. It's completely it's a completely surprise when we pay attention about it. Sometimes we are just doing the things and we don't even pay attention that we are just working and working. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, and we are just doing it. And so, Gabriel, do you have this do you have this?
Yeah, especially in the last month was the biggest challenge because um, I work in a company that is a technology company that works with how can I say, open markets. So we did earning calls. Nowadays is the temporary of earning calls and assemblies, but the assemblies need to be made until April. But every company just do is in April, in the last day of April. So with 40, 50 events for 5 or 6 people because we are a small team and we just have a life. We just work and sleep and work again. Sometimes don't sleep. So was hard. Was hard to me. I I need to put my mind in the temporary and focus what I need to do. But it's hard because sometimes I thought about how I wasting my time in this work, but and in my life, in my goals, and in my what I want to do. I want to rest. I want to study. I want to get out with my friends, family. So sometimes I think I'm wasting time too, working a lot. So what I will, yeah, I will earn money, but what am I the rest of my life? So it's always it's always a challenge because I think about it a lot, and I need to organize my time to myself too. Every day I organize my time to myself because if I just live for work, I don't have my life. I don't have the control of my life. So I think a lot about it.
Yeah. As I said before, uh, I was last month with my niece, and she's a child. She doesn't have to work. She just wants to have fun, play all day long, and I think that it's something that we lost when we grow up. We don't spend so much time having fun. We are really busy working, and we don't have so much time. So I really want to know from you, when was the last time that you really have fun? That you have a time with your friends in a party, drinking, doing crazy things. Gabriele, go on.
The last time I having fun was I think on the before the last month. I meet my high school friends. So it was really fun because we don't see each other a long time ago because um, when you grow up, people life change, but still have this relationship, the friendship. So after many many trials to do something, we just go to a restaurant and drinking some beers and some drinks. Was eat pizza was really fun. The time with them.
Yeah, I think that it was really good. Yeah, I did something really similar with my cousin last week. I came from Belém last week, and before I arrived in São Paulo, I just go with her into a restaurant that we always go to in Belém because I really want to talk with her. She has a good energy. She's communicative. She talks a lot. So I love people who talks a lot because I'm not a person who talks a lot. So I really like people who are very communicative around me. And you, Bruna, when was the last time that you really have fun?
That's a tough one, but I think like in the beginning of April, it was my best friend's birthday. It was a good time, but I don't think I was so excited. I was like happy because it was her birthday, but I didn't like the songs. The music was bad. Then when I feel that the music is bad, I don't bad for me, of course, like according to my taste, you know, like there were just like there was a country singer, like sertanejo singer, and he was singing a lot of sertanejos, which I was expecting samba, you know, like which is the kind of music I like, but he was playing sertanejo, so this made me a bit bad, but it was a good night. I had fun with my friend, and I think that was the last time. It was in the beginning of April.
Great. And you, Wesley? Yes,
Yes,
sertanejo.
the last day was in the day one of this month, the first day, specifically because it was my birthday, and my family come here, my place, and we we have a party and a lot of food to eat, and it was very fun. And my family come, my mother, my sister, they come here, and we we just they congratulated me, and was very I'm glad to see they here, right? So is very I am more an indoor guy, different like you, Mr. Lopez, because uh, it's my it's my it's my way of to live, right? Because I am indoor guy, and I appreciated my family, and they come here, and we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I totally agree with you in this point because I really love when my friends come to my home. Jesus, it looks like a home. It's a place that we are together, having fun, have a good time. So I home means to me it. So I really like when my house, my home is full of friends. And so Leticia, when was the last time that you really have fun?
In my opinion, I try different kinds of fun in last months. With when I take a coffee with my friends, it's the different kind of the fun, and when I spend time with my nephews, it's the other kind because they are kids, and it's totally different. When you was adult and you there is a relationship with the kids, and the kids are kids, okay? and I like listen to music, and sometimes I'm very fun listen to music alone. For example, it's important for me. I feel better or I feel happy when I was alone, because uh, sometimes people feel more. How can I say alone, okay? And the I like music. Sometimes I go to the concert alone, and it's so happy for me. And I think there are different kinds of moments if you have fun.
Yeah, it's really perfect because I just like you think about this way because I really like to be alone. I and listen to music, especially while I'm working. So it looks like I'm working and I'm in a party at the same time. So I'm working, but I'm with my headphone, listen Beyonce, and to listen Beyonce dancing, singing out loud. Yeah, it's it's the way that I'm working. Okay, guys. So uh, we talked that we just grew up. We it's not that easy have time with our friends or family. but have never happens someone close to you that it makes you feel uncomfortable or you don't like, and you just want to tell to someone, grow up. Because we are talking here that we grow up, we are really busy. And do you have patience with people that just decided don't grow up? Bruna.
This is a good point. I think it depends, because I think each person has their own time. This is a point, but for example, if you are an adult and you don't know how to, I don't know, how to do basic stuff, like cook something, like cook basic food. I think this is something adults should know how to do. But at the same time, I must confess, guys, I think it was last year, I had a big conflict in my life about the meaning of being adult, because I still live with my parents, and this makes me feel I am still not an adult, or it's not that I don't know, it's just I started to consider so much what is being an adult, like what is being grown up. Like a lot of people at my age are already married or already have their own place, but I still don't. So this makes me feel like that I'm late, I try not to think this way, but I think it's difficult. But for example, I know I have a friend that she judged people who were in their 30s and didn't live by themselves, so this is something society judges, so I try not to judge so much, like people who are not grown up according to what society expects, because I think this is also about social expectations, it is difficult, really hard question.
Uh, yeah. uh, I I kind of agree. Yeah, of course, uh, there are some expectations about grow up, and of course, compare it's not a good idea. I don't grow up so much. If I compare myself with Maisa, and she's a kid. So I think that it's not fair comparing ourselves and with so much people, but there are some people who are really irresponsible. So I don't think that I don't feel comfortable. I'm not a patient with those people. And you, Leticia.
Oh my God, it's a hard question. Okay. Sometimes I'm not patient with person. It's irresponsible for their actions, for example, because in my opinion, you need to responsible for your actions and just only. Okay, but in the work, for example, sometimes I'm not patient about the people. It's not a grow up or not, or immaturity people, depends on the situation. Okay, but now I think I judge less. Okay, in the past I think I judged more. And when you talk about compare, I think it's a bad idea. It's a good idea to compare you with you in the past. Okay, because it's better to understand in how parts of your life you grow up more or less. And for example, Bruna said about living with her parents. it's depending on the person. People, there is a time, there is a different times, and people, it's different. Okay, I decided to leave my home when I was too early, 19 years old, for example, and it's so best for me, but I have a lot of problems financial, for example, because I'm too young and that I don't have idea how to earn more money and spend it. Okay, but it's the time to grow up a lot. But if I compare with, for example, my sister live with her close to my mother, I don't see my youngest brother. I don't see my youngest brother grow up, for example, and she see because she lives close for my mother. And it's how can I say? You make a decision in your life, and it's probably there as a little consequences, and it depends on the person.
Really
Yeah,
nicely.
yeah, totally. I
Thank
agree.
you.
It's depends on. It also depends of your priorities about your financial, because, for example, I could live close to my parents if I have more money, for example. But and sometimes it's not just about what we want. It's also about uh, can I pay for this? So yeah, grow up. It's it's not something good sometimes. And so, Gabriele, do you have patience with people who don't grow up?
I understand many perspectives for this question because some people are irresponsible because they what it's not about mental growing up. Some people just don't care about your responsibilities. They know about it, but they don't care. Like for example, today, I have a colleague of work that has an event to do, and they just don't compare. So the whole team needs to be makes their in the time join in this meeting and do all the work. They don't have any. They don't have any explanation because he owns in the company, so he don't have the responsibilities for this. But it's very bad for us because when you have like I don't want to think about you're sick, but you always need to be explanation. You need to explain alarm. You need to have a explanation for the problem and like talking before two people organized. So, oh my God, I left. People,
What?
can you
No,
hear me?
you are here. Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear.
Oh, all of you stop. My connection's unstable right now. But I think some people don't care. They don't care about your responsibilities, and they thought that they don't need to deal with it. So I think it's not about growing up. It's about your heart, your goals. I like it. I think it's that.
Yeah, and it's especially hard in the workplace. Deal deal with immature people. It's especially hard in workplace because in the workplace we feel some pressure. We are under some pressure, so we already deal with our own feelings. So it's really hard to deal with someone that is irresponsible, immature, give no excuse to their actions. So it's really complicated. And you, Wesley.
Uh, as Bruno, I think, as Bruno said before, each people have their own time, right? So I agree with that, and we have to help these people because in the past, someone just helped you, right? So you can just help someone because everyone is evolving, right? Everyone is improving, evolving, and if you join together and give some advice for people, uh, uh, words are free, right? You can speak and everyone can hear you, but okay, not everyone will follows up as you said what are you saying, right? But I think if you give some advices, give some tips about some situations you think is not right, so you will help the people, right? You will help your friends, your family, but everyone have their own decisions. Everyone have their own path, so it's very personal decision that you have to take about you and these immature people, right? So I think this is the way, and I have a lot of patience with these people, and I hope these people sometime on their life they will improve their self. So I think that's it.
Great. Yeah, it's completely understood your actions. Everybody needs some help, and uh, we all we also have the choice to have at least a little bit of patience to say to someone your action was not good. So it's some way that we can help someone, but of course, it just depends of the person start to act. So yeah, it doesn't depend of me. It it depends of the person. But guys, we have time just to one more question, and I really want to know from you. And what was the moment that you felt that you had to grow up, or on a specific moment of your life that you think, Jesus, I really grew up because when I finished my graduation, I just moved to São Paulo to live in a university to do my master's degree, uh, having not much money, and uh, with people that I really don't know. I just know when I arrived here. So I think that in that moment, I wasn't in my parents' house. I was living by myself. And it was a shock, but at the same time, I know that in that moment, I grow up in a way that I cannot compare it with any other moments in my life. I have to deal with everything, start to pay my bills, start to do everything by myself. So I think that in that moment, I just, as I said before, I have no other option. I had to grow up. And Julie, what was this moment?
When I live in this moment, I don't have idea I was grow up, okay? But and after a few years after, and I remember this moment, and I analyze by myself, and oh, I'm to grow up very fast when I decided to live alone. We decided to live in the other city, and when I decided to change my career, and I think there are a lot of examples in my life when I see for me, uh, and I will grow up very fast, because when you live in this moment, you don't have idea. Sometimes you need to do make decisions and do anything in your life to live better. But when you think about this after, you understand your feelings, you understand your emotions, and it's possible to understand if you grow up more or less, okay? And I think it is.
Yeah, it's really impossible to realize that moment. We are too busy thinking, how can I deal with everything that is happening? We can also think, Jesus, I'm grown up. I don't have time to this. And you, Wesley.
I never thought on that because my mind are always busy, focused in my career and my life, and I never thought that because uh, it's just happen, right? You're when you grow, just something that happens, and but if you stop and thinking on that, we will understand that maybe you grow up when you get more responsibilities, right? So I think this is the way, but I never stop and thinking on that because I always have a goal on the future, right? On the mid or on the far future, and when I achieve this goals and uh, I got this, I just, ooh, what is the next goal, right? I am every time I am just going and going, and I never stop and think on that because I don't know, it's just my way to live, right?
Yeah. Sometimes we just achieve our dreams or goals, and then we start to think, what is the next step? There is no next step. It's really complicated. And you, Gabi?
When I started pay bills, but it's not just
Definitely.
that. I think when I started make my own decisions, because when you are growing up, you need uh, a very advices, and with all the things you need to opinion for someone. When you grow up, you need to, you make your own decisions. This was the most difficult to me. I need to make my own decision for myself and what I want. Sometimes I don't know what I want, but I will find out. It's hard because you're making decisions all the time. So when you grow up, you need a for yourself, so you don't have multiple choices. You can ask for advices, but in the final, it's just you. You need to do something for you, and that is the hardest thing.
Yeah, and in the final, it's just your own decisions. And it's really complicated when people pressure us just to take some decisions. But sometimes we don't have an answer to something. Uh, for example, university. Sometimes we are too young to decide what we will do in a university. So sometimes it's not fair, and sometimes people really want that answer, and they disagree when you change your mind, you change your opinion. Oh, I was doing a master's degree in IT, and I decided to do in architectural. Jesus, it looks like that you are doing something bad to your life, and people are really decide to say to you, do not do it. It's not something good to you. So yeah, uh, choices are something that we have to do when we grow up. And so, Bruna.
The guy said so many nice things, and you too. I think it's difficult. Like when Leo was like talking about responsibility, this made me think so much because this is the time I felt I had grown up. I was promoted to coordinator at the school I was working, and I needed to talk to a parent, like to the mom of a student, and I was like, oh, okay, now it's serious. Like I need to solve her problem. She was really mad, and I think when we have a lot of responsibilities, like when like people count on you, or when they see you as as a reference, like even if it's not, because like at that time it was like something temporary, so it wouldn't be something forever, but at the same time, like when someone needs to solve something, they will count on you to solve it, and it was really crazy. So that was the time.
Yeah, it, it's just not our own problems. We have to
Yes.
solve other problems as well.
Yeah. Really crazy.
Uh, and so, guys, uh, our time just finished. I just want to say thank for you all. It was a really nice conversation. And I really want to ask you to answer the survey that I just sent on the chat, okay? And that's it, guys. So have a great weekend. Have a fun. And I really hope to see you here again next week again, okay? So